مسكت حولين Daf Kuf Gimel Amud Aleph, like 26 lines down. Amar Rabbi Yahya bar Abba Amar Rabbi Yochanan Achal Halib min Achai min Terefa. If someone ate halib that was detached from a living animal, that was also a terefa. Hayashtaim Tabul Makot. Amar Rabbi Rabbi says, "Bilim Marshash once you have three, Shani Mishlosh, because I say three. Why? Amar Rabbi Yochanan Amar Rabbi Abba Amar Rabbi Yochanan Achal Halib min Achai min Terefa. Hayashalosh. I'm like, I have three, not two. Mar says, "Monthly, what's my halga based off of?" The Mahloket is where the animal became taref when it was born. It was injured when it got born. Man the marshal once is this three. They look at the animal that it's already ready to be divided into limbs, and therefore the limbs are considered ever high from birth. The isur halib, the isur ever, the isur trefa. They hold that since it was born with that defect, the halib, the limbs, and the terefa all landed at the same time at birth. That's why you have three makot. ومن دم اشتهى يكون because two makot. كسفر بهما بحياة لا بد من They hold that the animal wants life is not ready to be considered to be divided into limbs, and therefore they're not considered asur yet. بيسور حلب بيسور تريفا إيكا therefore the only asur حلب in تريفا يسور ever لو أعطي حياة therefore the isur of the limbs do not take effect, and that's why it is only two. Even though they've been answered, everybody agrees that it's not ready for limbs, and therefore there's no ever. وبمتى أسور أبر بحيال إسور حلا بإسور تريفا كانت محوكة whether or not the isur of a limb can come and take on the isur of the halib and the isur of the terefa. More so, as a hayal. Yes, it can. That's why it's three. ومور سبع لا تحيان بيخنا بحياة say no. Even with a different explanation. The kul alma behema b'haya, everybody agrees that while the animal is alive, the limbs are considered dividable, they're also already considered dividable. Uhon, trying to terefa hamikan and some case where the animal became terefa afterward. And therefore, the limbs and the chelib are from birth, and the terefa happens later. ومتى يصير تريفا حياة ما حال يصير ever come to how good is whether or not the terefa can land in it. More so about the the first opinion says yes, that's why it's three. Maybe they have a happens like halib happens later. More like we said, Torah says Yavo Isur Nivelada is sort of a dead animal. Yahweh Isra Halib will land on top of the effect is sort of halib. Yahweh Isur Terefa and Terefa will land Yahweh Isra Halib also on halib. So Terefa can't land on it. بإذا حابين هون حلب هو ده حلب land on Teref the hutar because the halib is mutar in certain situations like by hayot. However, the low but regarding Ibn Achai, it is never allowed. La, it does not take effect. The terefa halacha does not happen. Kiata Ardina Mar he says, Ba'amin Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish Rabbi Yochanan he had a question. If you split the animal that's kizayit outside the mouth and then eat half separately. Ma was actually Marla Paturi Nachayaf. Bifini Ma, what if you split it into the mouth and you saw it half and half? Marla Hayav Yarachayaf. Kiata Ibn Mar he says, Hilakum Bahut, if you split it outside, Paturi Patur. Bifini you split it inside, Rabbi Yochanan Hamar Hayav, and he says Hayav, Rabbi Shakishamar Patur, Rabbi Shakis Patur. Rabbi Yochanan Hayav, Rabbi Yochanan Hayav, Harene Nehena, Bignono Bakazai, because his throat enjoyed the entire Kazai in one job. Rabbi Shakishamar Patur, Rabbi Shakis Patur, Achila B'Me'av Bainan Delakar has to be a Kazai to go down one shot, and he didn't have that. So that's the case. How do you swallow one shot? Marav Kana Big Romita, he ate a certain bone, which is swallowed whole, even though it's not a kazai by itself. It is considered significant enough, like a Bria Hadasha, Bria Ba'athne as well. But the other Mari says, even if you split it outside your Chayav. Mehusar Keva, Lav Kimahusar Ma'aseh. Dami. Because just because it's not in your mouth yet does not mean it's not lacking an act. And therefore it combines. ما ربي شو من الكيش كزايد شامرو مثل كزايد خياف تبي خياف المعكوت حوت مشاب بين الشنين have to lose whatever is stuck in your teeth. يا أخي أنا ما أعرف إيش even if it's stuck in your teeth you're خياف that counts toward anxiety. ما بقى بيشاب بين الشنين بيكون عمله بقية the stuff that's stuck in the tooth every agrees there's no مخلوقات keep the words مخلوقات بين حين خايم the food that's stuck in your mouth. More so, how did Nahanag no big side? You're behind all that since your throat enjoyed it. Still have. More so, actually, let him have been he has to hold it go down this way. If it's stuck in your palate, you're not have. Marbi Azza, Marbi Hanan Akhal, Hasik Zad Hiki off, one half exact and vomited it. The Hazab House that I had a different half exact. Ma Hayav Hayaf. My time why? I don't know, not exact because his body, his throat enjoyed a kizite. بعد بلا زعل بلا سي is a question أخا حزيك زبالك يوصل it happened vomited it بعد أخذ إن إيرت ما was أخا كما يكبر what's the question he have it equal he have it equal whether or not it's considered digested or not كتبادل الكزايت then you should ask the regular kizite if he vomited the entire thing. Or like yeah, طريقة إنه قصدنا يبقى تمام عامل we go after the throat, we go after the stomach. It should limit the acid, making a proof from Rasi that if you ate a half and vomited, then in the half you're still chayav. So we see you go by throat, not by stomach. Rashi says no. Rabbi Yasi Gemara Ikarle. Rabbi Lazar realized that Rabbi Yasi must have forgotten it. V'ata Rabbi Lazar the Korean Rabbi Lazar reminded him. V'achi Kaman he said as follows. Lamma li hati kizayit aher. Why don't you need a second half of a kizayit? Lemma more b'dita. You should have said in that very same case. The equal much maybe you could say two halachot from a half exile. That what? Sheminan minad the have equal. We see first of all it's swallowed from Zach digestive. Shemin minad the harin hena b'nona because we see you still have only from swallowing, not just stomach. Ishti v'lamar the midi Asi was quiet. Amar said Mofet the door is the miracle generation. He caught him to meham. Lo zinin sagiin amar kamed Yochanan. How many times did you say in front of Yochanan that if you eat a half a kazayit and then vomited it's chayav? V'amar lachem Yochanan told you harin hena b'nona kazayit. Yechia because his throat enjoyed it. So he says it must be you're right. Rabbi Yochanan enjoyed it. Agree with you. I don't know. Gidan Hashem. I don't know. Gidan Hashem. I don't know. Gidan Hashem. Nu perek. Kol habasar asur lebashel halab hut basar dagim b'hagvim. All meat is asur to cook with meat, with dairy, with milk, except for the meat of fish or locust. You can't bring meat with cheese on the table. Except for fish meat or locust meat. أنا دايما أبقى صعب I'm making a that I can't eat meat. متعب بفساد أجيب حاجة is allowed to have meat of fish and locusts. The Gemara says half أصل من دريتا. Sounds like bird is أصل من دريتا with milk. Come on, who's according to it? Look at Akiva, no Akiva. The Ikra Gab because Akiva holds. Ha Amar, he said Hayav of animatrale. Wild animals and birds are not Hayav for being eaten or cooked with milk. Himself, but then the second part of the Mishnah says, if you make an edit for meat, you're mutar for meat of fish and locusts. But then you're excluding bird. Sounds like anything that you were to ask about the halacha, bar minahu, except for that. Meaning, if it goes according to what people say. So if someone says, I want meat, and you were to tell someone I want meat, give me meat, and he'll get you meat of birds, that's what counts as meat. The Talmud says, someone says I don't mix any of that from greenery, because I have gourds, because it's not part of the greenery. Says not so. But a person will tell his friend, go or agent, go get greens for me. He'll say, I didn't find anything, I only found was gourds. So he says, so we see that it's not considered greens. Then he says, no, that's exactly the point. He didn't say I only found the legumes. It must be that gourds are somewhat encompassed and included in the greenery. And continued but not legumes. Now the problem is the first part is according to Rabbi Akiva is Rabbi Chachamim, and the second part is Rabbi Akiva. How do we explain that Mishnah? Rabbi says, Amar Rabbi Yosef, our Mishnah is according to Rabbi, he holds like different opinions. Regarding vows, he holds like Rabbi Akiva. The Bazar Bahalav regarding meat and milk. So that regarding the birds. Rashi says no. Kula Rabbi Akiva is all Rabbi Akiva. Mishnah says as follows. Kul habasar asur levashel b'halav, all meat is asur to cook with milk. Mehen b'divrei Torah umehen b'divrei Zafim. Whether or not it's asur b'divrei Torah Hut b'sar dagim hagavim, except for fish meat and locust meat. She'enam lo b'divrei Torah v'lam Zafim. Everybody agrees they're not biblical for the Rabbanan meat. Rachalam and Amen.